Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the stupid and magnificent game that is the Stanley Parable. I'm that streamer who always has messy hair, and we're gonna fucking game. We're gonna have some fun. Yeah. Woo. Anyways, so hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the Stanley Parable. Last time we got a couple innings. We didn't get many. We got a couple. I think we got the bucket one. You know, the ending where Stanley fucks a bucket. Anyways, but I'm curious as to what the game is gonna say when I open it up and I put in the correct time, because it has been congratulating me every time I open the game. It's like, what is the time right now? I'll give it the correct time. So let's get started. Oh my fucking, hold up, Stream Deck's being weird. Okay, we're good. No, not good. There we go. Okay. Hi. Hello. Look at my hair. It looks like shit. Anyways, so let's close this. All right. Hi, Gambler. Hello, Napkin. Please adjust the slider until the computer is barely visible. Do I have to do this again? Wait, what? I don't think this happened last time. Excuse me. Wait a second. Something ain't right here. Something ain't right here. Sorry, hold on. I'm trying to make it so the mic isn't in the frame per se, but it's also not in my way, because it does that. All right. Okay. Please adjust the slider until the dog and cat are friends. Sorry, I'm having some major technical difficulties. Anyways, here, I'm gonna turn up the desktop audio. This is the most prepared I've ever been for a stream, and by prepared I mean not prepared at all. Anyways. Aw, that's cute. Adorable. Please adjust the slider until the number 5 becomes the number 9. Oh. Nice. Nice. 9. Sus. Kind of funny. I guess I'll just make it a 9. No, I'll make it say the number 9. How about that? It's still 9. Please adjust the slider until you stop adjusting the slider. Yippee! I love adjusting sliders. Alright, there you go. Which of the two made-up worlds below is most appealing to you? Occuboinkle or Scrumtush? I think I like Occuboinkle because it's got boink in the name. Please don't adjust the slider. You can't tell me what to do. Are you kidding me? Do you know what time it is right now? Yeah? Is it the time that is right now the correct time? Yes. What is time anyway? Yes. Is there anything about yourself that you haven't told me? Yes. Help. No. Will you come back to visit me? You know, maybe every once in a while. What the fuck was that? Anyways, welcome back. Sorry, welcome back to the Stanley Parable 2. Correction. I forgot that we started this. I forgot I forgot what game we're playing, actually. I gotta change it in the title. This isn't the Stanley Parable anymore. This is the Stanley Parable 2. But yeah. I already saw everything, and I'm trying not to spoil the lore. Wait, for Nair? Or are you talking about for Stanley Parable? Either or, great choices. You know, good choice. Begin game. The end is never the end, 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 is never the end.
This is the story of a man named
Does this change
Stanley.
at all? Should I watch this?
Stanley worked for a company in a big building
show up.
where he was employee number 427.
Sorry, the volume's a little loud, I think.
Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427.
Oh, I didn't mean to skip. That was Stanley lore. Plant would never care about Nair. I mean, he might. You never know. Anyways, so we're back. We're back in this office, this hellscape of an office.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
The bucket's
Stanley decided
gone,
to go to
actually.
the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Hold on. Did that? Oh, the bucket's not gone. It's right there. Okay.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Oh. I don't know what the ending is for that. I'm not taking the bucket, by the way. I'm not. Actually.
The confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket.
My safety bucket, you know. The new content's gone.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
All right. Okay. Right, I forgot about this. All the little dudes. We're missing one. A large room, lots of boxes. Is it talking like, is it talking about the mind control area? That's a large room and it has a lot of squares. Somewhere both red and blue. Okay, well I know where that is. That's where the red and blue door is, I'm assuming. I guess I'll go to the mind control thing and actually shut down the mind control device because somebody told me that that's something I could do.
Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet, simply because I have no remaining stickers. If I did, you can guarantee we'd be in here for hours. But alas, no stickers.
I'm sorry. All right, I'll keep going then. No more fucking with the,
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to
And
the
the bucket.
boss's office.
Okay, well, let's see what we can do.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human
I literally have to
life.
wait for him to finish
Crushed by the
talking,
weight
or
of this
it.
revelation, Stanley may have broken down
It's
into
just
an
a little
emotional
shit, and it's like,
dumpster
"Oh, you gotta
fire,
take your
if
time."
not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and
Say it.
chaos.
Say it.
It would be with him always. The bucket would, and he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845. But Stanley guessed the
There we go.
correct code by sheer luck.
Right here.
Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him?
Nice. There we go.
Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Okay. I mean, my plan is to shut off the mind control device. I don't, because somebody told me in the last episode that that's a thing you can do, and I was like, I kind of had this memory of
The
somebody
elevator
playing the
raced
game
downward,
and
plummeting
doing something like
towards an
that,
unknown
but
fate.
I didn't really remember, and I didn't come
It
back
would be
here the
all
first
Stanley
time I
could
got
do
the
to keep
like the
himself
first
together, if
normal
not for the
ending
bucket.
where you just
Soothing
follow his
him,
instructions.
comforting
So
him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty,
I don't know
he
if this is
would
gonna
be
change.
all right.
I don't know what it's gonna be like
The
with the
bucket is here
bucket.
for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
Oh, geez. Thanks, bucket. That wasn't fine.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Nah, I gotta shut it down. I gotta shut it down, man. I keep getting distracted. So a large room with a bunch of boxes. Is this not like a large
an
room?
enormous room packed with television screens.
Because I know they're not. I know there's
secret
screens.
did this place hold?
They're not boxes.
Stanley and the bucket both wondered to
But
themselves.
you get what I'm saying, right? You get what I'm saying? There's a bunch of boxes. There's a bunch of boxes. Where else would it be? Could it be the cargo area? Because that has actual boxes.
The monitors jumped to life,
And it's a large
Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock.
room?
Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
Elevator, please.
Was
I'm
the
scared.
bucket under the mind control
I wonder
facility's
if I can actually see
influence as well?
Stanley's
Had the
room.
bucket been told to do things
don't
it didn't
know.
wish to do? What kinds
Well,
of things
hold on.
does a
What is
bucket
he?
want to do or not want to do
2,
in the
4?
first place?
2, 4.
These questions raised furiously.
No,
in
not 4, 4,
Stanley's
7.
evil mind.
It's 4 something. I don't remember Stanley's number.
No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control. Never! He screamed.
I maxed out everything in XT3, got all ascensions, got all characters to max level class for every hero, max level, max gems, everything. Wow, that's
for the bucket.
kind of impressive, actually, considering how much shit there is to do in Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Dude, that's a lot.
The heart of the
Good
operation.
shit. How many hours does that
labeled with
take you even?
emotions, happy or sad or content.
Gotta be in the hundreds.
Walking,
Gotta be.
eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. But at the last second, the bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn on the controls. Stanley gasped in horror. Had this been the bucket's plan all along? To take over the machine and claim the power for itself?
Was this the ending I got last time?
How could the bucket have betrayed him like this?
I thought it was
Stanley
if I go to hit off, he hits it on anyways.
Disgust, when suddenly, an image appeared upon the enormous screen.
This is the silly birds! I gotta get out of here!
Silly.
No!
Silly birds.
I already got this
The
ending.
control
God damn it.
Became... Stanley flipped through one video of silly birds after another.
No.
And then it dawned on him. This wasn't a
I thought I
mind
hit
control
off last
facility
time,
at
though.
all.
That's the thing.
It was a facility for monitoring and surveilling silly birds all over the world.
Yeah,
The
I love
mind
XC3 because
controls
literally
were
everything
only a
is worthwhile. A
facade
mini
to
side quest arc
disguise
with
its
multiple
true
side quests
intentions.
could literally lead to an ascension
bucket
quest.
known
And by the
for
end, literally all the heroes started interacting
Stanley
with each other. It
marveled
was
at the
honestly
metal
so fucking
genius in
incredible.
his hand.
That's awesome, dude.
The one who had pointed him towards this incredible
I gotta get out of here. I gotta
Stanley
get out of
and
here.
the bucket never found freedom because they spent the rest of their lives here in this place, flipping through live streams of the silliest birds
No, I don't want
imaginable.
silly birds anymore.
Of
Let me out
all
of
the
here. All right,
possible-
well, we already know. So I'm just gonna begin the game again. Fuck, I'm trying to think what else to do. What else I can do.
All of his co-workers were
We're
gone.
gone. What could it mean? I made the most busted Kamaravi build.
Perhaps he had simply missed
I
a
like
memo.
Kamaravi. Wasn't his whole thing dealing damage to himself to be stronger or something? Okay, I'm gonna go to the blue.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room.
The red and
Stanley
blue
knew it perfectly
room.
well.
I think
Perhaps
I remember
he
how
wanted
to get
stop
back
by
there.
the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I think I know how to get back there.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took
I believe
the
what I
first open
do
door on his left.
is go. I don't listen to it at all. Then I jump.
Stanley was so bad at following directions. It's incredible he wasn't fired years
So wait,
ago.
this is the big room with a bunch of boxes, right?
It's
right there.
Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten. But in his eagerness.
Okay, well we know.
All of his
Now we
co-workers
know.
were gone. What could it mean?
So this is
Stanley
not
decided
here.
to go to the meeting room.
Why does
Perhaps
it keep
he had
showing up?
simply missed a
Am I
memo.
missing it? I feel like every time I start, oh, copy, nice. I feel like every time the new chick Masha literally has crit healing, which is
Stanley
absolutely
came to a set
busted
of
in
two open
XC2
doors. This was
especially.
not the correct way to the meeting room,
healing.
and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Interesting,
Perhaps he wanted to
interesting.
stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Uh-huh.
Wow. Yes. this room. But eager to get
Nothing
back
like a
to
good
business,
employee lounge, am I
Stanley
right,
took
boys?
the first open door on his left.
Fuck you.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
There it is. There it is. Interesting. Interesting. Nice.
You're getting close now, Stanley. You've nearly gotten all of the Figler Anlarines. Very soon, you'll collect the last one, and then the first number will equal the second number, and
my
that
God.
will be it. We'll be different people by then.
Surely
Different
will.
in the sense that we used to have none of them.
Right.
And now we have them all. You can't go
So
back to when you
powerful.
had no
So
Figler
strong.
Anlarines. None of us can.
Figure Allarines. Is that really what he's calling them? Yeah, well, I don't want to fucking die. So. There we go. XE2 with crit restore on Poppy QT Pie, who is already the most busted blade in the game. With every crit, you healed like 30% HP each crit. You are always at max health. Well, that's kind of
Stanley had now
rad.
gotten himself so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun.
Narrator dialogue. Narrator dialogue. Narrator dialogue. Narrator dialogue. Narrator dialogue.
So far off the beaten path.
Oh jeez. Yeah, they're all just narrator dialogue.
That it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office. You didn't think I was actually just a recording, did you? What a silly and trite explanation that would be. All the back and forth between you and me, all the absurd adventures we've been through, and it all turns out I'm just a tape recording. It was all just in Stanley's head. I bet that's the kind of twist you think is revelatory. I bet each and every time you watch a movie where it turns out all to be in the main character's imagination, you must absolutely bolt off the couch in pure shock at the phenomenal.
Dude, I start crying. I just am on my knees, just
it must be so
bawling,
simple
like
to be you.
it's all in the
Life
imagination.
being an unending
Bro,
waterfall
I'd be
of
shitting
surprises
myself.
and delights. How much more exciting you must find the world than the rest of us do. Now I've become sad. Look what you've done to me. This is all your fault.
So sad. Was that really the ending? Was that it? Was it just that? That's it? Okay. Anyways, so now that we're back here again, I guess I
all
should.
Of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay. I guess I should try a few different things. I can go through the escape.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room. And
Okay, I
Stanley
can still
knew
go to the
it
meeting room. I thought
perfectly
I fucked up for a second.
Perhaps he
Okay,
wanted to
I
stop
go to
by the employee lounge first, just to
meeting
admire
room.
it.
I go to the
lounge was sublime. A work
basically
of art.
the boss's office, then I go to the
Eager
control
get
thing.
back to business,
But then I get
Stanley
go
took
through the
first
escape
open
door,
on his left.
and we'll see where that takes me, because I don't
And so
really
he detoured
know.
through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
What's this last one even? Somewhere both red and blue. Yeah, that's got to be the red and blue doors. It's got to be. But I'm genuinely curious. I don't remember how to get.
Coming to a staircase,
No,
Stanley
I think I
walked
do remember how to
upstairs
get to it,
his
actually.
boss's office.
We'll just go with this for now. We'll keep it simple. We'll get this one, and then 2 phones. What do you need 2 phones for, bitch? Fuck you. Anyways,
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief.
He's just gonna
who
get mad at me
orchestrated
if I
this.
just put it
what
into
dark
earlier.
secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 284. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy. So he
yeah, you're probably
relaxed
right.
for a
It's
few
probably not
moments
healthy,
with
but
some calming new age music.
no. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284. 284.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated,
Anyways.
Stanley calmly walked forward into the
not a couple seconds to check my phone, check my emails, because, I got 20,000. How many? I should double check that. Hold on. Let me fact check how many emails I have on my phone. Ah, yes, of course. 20,000. Classic. Can we add that to the Gamma iceberg? Or if there's ever a video game made about me, have loading screens where it'll say, fun fact,
Stanley
Gamma has
walked straight ahead through the
20,000
large
unread
door that
emails,
read
and he
Mind
does not care.
Control Facility. Although this
Time to
passageway
escape.
had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death. The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk
There are literally
forward
video games about
and
you, though.
willingly
I know, but
confront
like
his
with
death.
loading screens. Shout out to Ree for making the Gamma B experience. So is this just straight up kill me? Just gonna kill me? Whee! Is this... So is that just... That's it? Oh, no.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story.
There's really nothing I could do?
Trapped
Come on,
forever
please.
in his narrow
Please.
vision of
Climb.
what this world
Jump.
is.
Make the jump
Perhaps
circle
his
here.
death was of
I need to
no
jump
great
now.
loss, like plucking the eyeballs from
Well,
a
I'm gonna
blind
die.
man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Adios, dickbag. Yeet.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws.
Excuse
In a
me?
single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Oh. What? Wait, what?
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the
Stanley
narrator
parable.
think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same.
Oh my god.
Do you see now? Do you see that
Is this a
Stanley was
layout?
already dead from the moment he hit start?
It's deep. That's deep, bro. That's freaking deep, bro. Oh my god, it's the set of 2 doors. Wait. I gotta read what all these say, though. Hold on. I gotta read what every single one of these says. What do they say? What is this? Nature paintings. Very naturey. Stanley's computer. Ooh. Office layout. The blueprint shows that the office from the beginning of the game, the path from Stanley's office to the 2 doors, was the first part of the game that was built. Sections have been added and altered throughout the development. The core layout remains almost identical to the first iteration. I don't know if that's factual, but like it's kind of cool. The pacing of this opening section was important to get right. This corridor has been moved and altered to make sure the player reaches the 2 doors in a good time. Doesn't that counteract what they just said? Set of 2 doors, 2 open doors was the very first concrete piece of the Stanley Parable's design. Once this room was created, the rest of the game emerged as an extension of it and an exploration of the contradiction this room posed. Weird. What's this? Ah, the filing cabinets. I love assets. What about this? The desk. No touching. No touching. The office. 1, 2, 3. All right. Button sounds. A selection of the sounds used throughout the game when buttons are pressed. Each sound is a mix of a keyboard stroke and a synthesized tone. I love how there's an echo almost anywhere you go with this shit. Alright, anyways. I like that one. That one sounds cool. What are these? Office computers. Credits. Wow. So is this supposed to be like the ending? Blake Robinson. Fucking love that guy. Fucking love that guy. He did the music. Oh, it's so good. I did some of the music, you know. He's got my name, so obviously we're homies. All right, right off the bat. 431 to 436. Maintenance room. The office. Ooh. Fun. Ooh. I love fun. That's just straight up YouTube. What is this? Welcome back. Explore 42. Wait, what? From Lance Perkins, subject, I have burning questions. For instance, on a scale of Max Ernest to Salvador Dali, how surreal were... Oh. In the line of previous announcement regarding the game of... I wanted to read that last one. That seemed funny. Narrator emails. Wait, what? Greeting, omnipotent voice. Watching the sunset and, dare I say it, pushing buttons. After the second trailer we sent out, we asked people to email the narrator for questions. While we had initially planned to use these further promotional materials, we never found the perfect use for them. Here are a selection of those emails. Dear Strong Bad, how do you type with boxing gloves on? I like that one. That's a fucking good one. What do the lights in the control room do? I really want to know. Montgomery Jones. I am Anthony Elias, business broker. Please partner with me in a very rewarding business venture. Details will be sent to you if you are interested. My email is Telius1959. Okay. Hi, Mr. Narrator Guy. I have a question for you, sir, and it is, what is your message for today? Sincerely, Harris. Thanks, Harris. The office. The lounge. Ooh, the employee lounge. Classic. The apartment timer. In previous version of the choice leading to the apartment ending, a timer would give you 15 seconds to pick up the phone. Not picking up the phone would lead to a different ending. Weird. Cargo lift. Huh. Kind of weird, don't you think? Meeting room. One option, doorway to maintenance in the lounge. Two options, lounge, disobey. First choice, obey, staircase. One doorway to maintenance in the lounge in the original back. Disobey, first choice, obey, staircase. Vent. Ooh. Sauce. It's kind of weird. Maintenance layout. The flow of hallways following the first two doors was important to get right since players will play them so many times. We discussed a number of designs, but ultimately it was the simplest version that won out. Huh, that is weird. So is this supposed to be like the ending to like the original Stanley Parable or what? Zending levers. Player would pull a lever and the narrator would describe what color they had pulled. Zending? What the fuck? Screenshot depicts an early version of the ending known as the Zending, which was eventually cut and merged with another part of the game. What part of the game would that be? Huh? You wanna give me some insight? Zending model. All right. What is this? Ran 4 major teaser trailers over the course of the game's development, each meant to convey something about the spirit of the game. This is the first one released in May 2012. It features a series of broken rooms and the voice of the narrator informing viewers that he is repairing a new version of the Stanley Parable. I wonder what the first like meta game was. Game is now paused. Sequel's now paused. Nice. For a long time, we had an ending that only ended when the player restarted from the escape menu. Unfortunately, very few players realized this is what they were supposed to do, which was frustrating for everyone. Yeah. Countdown room. Earlier version of the countdown room. What the One of the deaths from an early version of the countdown ending. I don't think I've gotten the countdown ending. Where am I supposed to go? I mean, all this shit's pretty cool. Freedom ending. This is the freedom ending as it existed in beta. Oh, I'm assuming that's the, you know, you get rid of the mind control. Whoa, we're free. Oh my god. It's an on-off button for the Stanley Parable. Game design mock-up. This is the level that William, the level designer, sent David, the writer, as a kind of audition piece. The strength of this level got William hired to design the full game. Though much of the environment has changed, the basic layout from this mock-up is still in the game. True. Yeah, that definitely looks more portally. That looks more like the kind of post-apocalyptic kind of shit, you know? The offices. Oh. Is this just like Stanley's office? From left to right, the evolution of Stanley's office over time. The first was created in November 2011, the second in March 2012, and the third in February 2013. Huh. A couple small additions. Sort of, whatever. Anyways, let's go shut off the Stanley Parable. Huh. Exit. All right.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you.
I don't like this!
Don't let
I don't like being given. I don't like having a choice put on me, man. I like casual decision making. I don't have to make a decision. God damn it. Oh, is this? Are we back in blue? We're back in blue. Sorry, I was responding to somebody. I'll be honest. Why are we back?
All of his co-workers were gone.
Why does it change?
What could it mean?
Sometimes.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, that was quick. Is there really nothing else I can do here?
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference.
The whiteboard in here.
Nor
Right,
did
dog
it
mode.
advance the story in any
Okay,
way.
well, we're gonna be dog mode. Okay, we're gonna take the bucket to the
Warmth
red and
spread through
blue
Stanley's
door.
arms. With the bucket in it, Stanley clutched the bucket
That is the
tightly
next-
to his chest and entered the door.
I have to disobey
This
him.
was not the correct way
I have
to
to
the
keep
meeting
disobeying
room.
him. That's
Stanley
the
had
thing, I
felt the
believe.
bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply
You guys
the
ready for
place
me to be really annoying for the
And
next,
here
like,
it was.
15
Had
minutes?
The bucket turned out to be correct. Was no, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Nope.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yeah, good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets
Wait,
can't talk. But
didn't I
Stanley
do
chose
this?
not to think about this.
I think I went up there, though.
He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Okay, well, I just didn't. I just ignored what the bucket wanted. I just told the bucket to go fuck itself, as a matter of fact.
No, stop. Look there on the wall. You see, there's a sign right there. It says, no buckets past this point. Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless... What if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket? I suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior up to this point.
I'm just really
If that's
stupid,
true,
man.
Well, my goodness.
I don't know what to tell you.
I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact
That's
of the
fair,
story is dependent
honestly.
on your understanding of what
Pretty
is
fair.
and isn't a bucket.
Listen, I
Please,
have...
step in here for a moment.
No, I don't want to step in here. I want to go that way. I guess that's kind of what I get for taking the bucket here. Is this a bucket?
Now then, I'm going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket. Simple enough, right?
Boy.
This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket. Okay, let's begin. Item 1. Is this a bucket? Correct. It is a hologram of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
Well, I didn't mean to do that. Well, I mean, I didn't know it was a...
Item 2. Is this a bucket? Correct.
Oh.
It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket,
What
not
have I-
an actual bucket.
Oh my god, I don't know what to do. They're fucking with me right now. They're literally fucking with me. Now my brain is like, if you hit yes, maybe
Item
it won't be.
3.
But then they'll say
Is
still
this a
correct.
bucket?
No.
Incorrect. This is a bucket.
And now you get electrocuted.
Item 4. Is this a bucket?
Yeah, yep. Yep.
Are you hallucinating? This is a tractor. It's an enormous machine that tills the earth. I thought this was a gimmick. How on earth did you manage to screw it up?
It's a bucket, man.
Incredible. Let's just move on to the next one.
It's a bucket, okay. I thought it was a bucket anymore.
Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Correct. This is a bucket.
Oh, wait, what? Huh?
Item 6. Is this a bucket? Trick question. Both. Gotcha.
Okay, well, this is just making it more confusing.
Item... Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. Should be
You
around
lost
here
it.
somewhere.
Check your pocket. Maybe you left it in your pocket.
Okay, you and I both know there isn't anything here. And I don't appreciate the implication that nothing is a bucket when we both clearly know that a bucket is something.
No.
And therefore nothing could possibly be
No.
something. Unless, in your twisted mind, have you somehow convinced yourself that a bucket is nothing?
Dude,
Answer
nothing
me
is...
straight,
Buckets
Stanley.
aren't real.
You
It's a
believe that
conspiracy
nothing
theory.
is a bucket?
Yeah. Yeah. Nothing is a bucket. There's no such
know
thing as
what?
buckets. They're
I'm
just
too confused
cups.
to
They're
even
just
sort
big
it out.
cups with a handle
I've
on
lost
it.
all
That's all it
sense of
is.
perspective.
There's no
What
such
is
thing as a bucket.
What isn't a
What are you
bucket?
trying to
Mere
trick
moments
me?
ago, I could answer these questions with confidence, and yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what
They're
a
all just
bucket is?
cups.
Am I
No buckets.
a bucket?
Yes.
Stanley, I can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart. I can't have that. I'm sorry. But I'm going to erase all buckets from the game entirely. Okay, here we go.
No, no, no. I need my bucket. I need my bucket. I need my bucket. Wait, wait, wait.
What happened? Is everything gone? Why did
Everything was a
disappear?
bucket.
Wait, was everything a bucket? Every single thing in the game was a bucket. Oh my God, I had no idea.
Got you there, you
How
fuck.
could- Except me. I am not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either. Oh, this is wonderful.
Interesting,
news.
interesting,
We're
interesting.
not buckets. Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that
No,
issue.
I like- you know,
but
I
it
like-
doesn't change the
I like
fact
not being
that
a
we
bucket.
haven't got a game. So, tell you what, I'll reset everything and we'll put back all of the buckets, okay? and we'll know that it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that. Who knows what that information might do to a person?
I
All right,
mean,
here we
everything's
go.
no, I'm still convinced that nothing's a bucket. There are no buckets. It's just cups. I'm gonna go into the game. I'm gonna go into the game's files. I'm gonna find the narrator's voice. I'm gonna take every single voice clip of the narrator saying the word bucket, and I'm just gonna replace it with cup. In my voice, by the way.
Hi, Stanley. Just wanted to leave you a message to let you know there's a few things I need you to pick up on your way home from work today.
Why is this at this desk?
We need milk, cereal, dish soap, spaghetti, get a thing of sugar, some bread, and coffee beans, whichever ones you like. I'll give you a call if there's anything I forgot. Thanks, sweetie. See you tonight.
I have a wife? Does Stanley have a wife? All right, let's go to the red. Let's go to the red and blue. Let's go to the red and blue.
When Stanley
I'm
came
going
to a
to
set
get
of two open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room,
last statue.
and Stanley knew it perfectly
I'm
well.
assuming that
Perhaps
the
he
red
wanted to
and
stop by
blue
the
is where
employee
that
lounge first,
last statue
just to
is.
admire it.
That
Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach. Giddy but eager to get back to business, Stanley took
Yes,
the
Stanley does
first
have a
open
wife.
door on his
Interesting.
left.
Interesting. I mean, I remember that with this ending, they were like,
Stanley
"There's
was so
someone
bad
they
at
want you to
following
meet."
directions, it's
You
incredible he
forgot all
wasn't
about
5
her, or
years
something
ago.
like that. I forget.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
Foot?
I realize that investing
Feet?
your trust in
You made a
someone
feet
else can
narrator?
be difficult.
Got a feet
But the
thing?
fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
That felt a lot
There's
higher than
someone
last
you've
time for
been
some reason.
neglecting, Stanley.
Nope.
What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. And there it is. The last Stiggly Wiggly.
Stiggly
Savor
Wiggly.
this moment, Stanley. This is a real accomplishment.
Holy shit.
This is
Guys,
doing
I got
something
all the
just for the
Stiggly
sake of
Wigglies
doing
in the
it.
Stiggly
Where
Wiggly
so many
parable.
people expect to be rewarded for the most trivial achievements,
Damn.
you've insisted
Now
that
that's
a job
Fog.
well done is its own reward. I would tell you that I'm proud of you for collecting them all, but that would be like a reward, and we can't have that. So,
Yeah, it's
instead
not
I'll
allowed.
just say, it's done. We're all done here. And now we can go to whatever the hell you were doing before you hunted for figurines. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red
Was there
door.
anything I didn't do in this ending?
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time?
Oh, is this the loop?
problem is all these choices.
Fuck.
The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I want it to stop. We would both be so much happier
So satisfying
if
to
we
do that.
just stopped. And I think, I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
Alright. Is this where I go to the...
What do we want? What are we looking for?
Nope. Where's the exit? Where's the exit?
Oh,
There's the exit.
Beautiful, isn't it?
Nope.
If we just stay right here, right in the... No, wait. Where are you going?
Was there another choice I could make?
Oh, no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this. Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me. Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing.
Kobe!
No!
Alright, let's leave.
Oh, thank God. You
What's
lived.
this?
You had me worried there for a moment. Now, can we please get back to the other room?
Yeah. Ooh, pretty
There.
colors.
See? This is what you want.
You know, my
This
leg's
is where
broken.
We can both be happy. We really can.
Yeah.
If we stop moving, we just have to stop moving.
If I just stop, will it just... Oh. If I just straight up stop, will this be an ending? Or if I just look up? No. Alright, well, I'm just gonna stop moving. I'm just gonna stop moving. Like, I don't... Anyways, guys, how you doing? I'm doing pretty good. I'm chilling. Will anything happen? I wanna... I'm nervous. I don't know, I'm nervous. I don't want to mess this up or something, you know? I don't want to screw this up. I really don't. It's getting all pretty. What if I move? Really? Do I have to just end it all? What happens if I just toy with him? I'll just...
Stanley, go back. There's nothing good that can come from this.
Then make it end. Give me an ending.
No.
Worth.
No. What do you just not believe me? What can I say to convince you?
There's nothing there. I went there. I tried it your way. There was nothing. Nothing.
Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that? Yes. Perhaps you can. Perhaps you finally see what I'm talking about. I know you'll see that we can't be happy if we leave this place. You can see that, can't you?
Is he trying to tell me to reset the game? Or something? It's very pretty. Like, don't get me wrong. It looks very nice. But if I have to commit die, I will. I will commit die. Yeah, this is the same as it was. I don't think this is anything. I'm going back. What if I don't? Well, hold on now. I want to actually look at my choices because I don't know what I can do right now. So let's say the Stanley Parable suicide ending choices. Let's see. Oh. I don't really see anything on it. So suicide it is, baby. You know what they say. Suicide is badass.
No, perhaps not. My God, is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll
Listen,
throw
man,
yourself
your game
from this
was mid,
platform
and we
over
all know
over
it.
to be rid of it? You are literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly?
Isn't there one more after this?
Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore.
It's fucking slow.
I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask. It looks like you wanted
The Stanley
to make a
Parable.
choice after all.
Dude, I can't wait to see
Well,
all the
this
endings
one
I
is
got at the
yours.
end when it just says I killed myself 4 times. Just awesome. Just great, dude. I jumped off the cargo lift twice, and now I'm done this twice. So I've gotten suicide ending 4 times. Yippee!
Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
Kind of scary. A little scared. Just, you know, Just a little spooky. Just a little, you know, gets the blood pumping, gets me all freaked out, you know. Gives me the Okay, we're back. We are back. Phone gonna ring again. What made the phone ring? Are these all just random events that happen?
Stanley, I'm sorry, but I have to put a pause on things. It's those figurines. Those figglers. I haven't stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one. Wasn't it just the most intrinsically fulfilling moment of your entire life? Didn't it fill you to the brim with inner richness? Yes, I know we're supposed to be telling a story, but won't you please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone? I would love nothing more than to revisit the figurines.
Oh,
Just one more
dude. We're gonna get to see the Figlies when Stanley found the collectibles. Now remembering. Wow. Truly marvelous. Gorgeous. Oh, this is different.
Here's where it all began.
Yeah?
The
yeah.
first collectible. Back then, we had
What's
no
that?
idea of how many of them we'd find. Sure, it said 6 right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain?
What if I just ignore it?
We were so innocent. We'll never be like that again, Stanley.
Oh, I have to ignore it. Wait, so what happens if I grab it? I just can't grab it now. All right. Is this kind of like a jape on the whole concept of like playing collectathons?
You found this one all on your own just by poking around behind the boss's office. You did that, Stanley.
I can pick them
I'll be
up. Oh my
honest,
god.
Back then, I had no faith in you to find any of them, let alone 6. But you continue to surprise me in all sorts
7,
of mundane,
actually.
unremarkable ways. Okay,
Under
let's
stairs
do a
of the
little
boss's
quiz.
bath. Boss's.
Which of these rooms was the room you found your third mini stand?
I know
Can
it
you
was in this
remember?
one. I know it was in this one because I went up to the boss's office when I noticed after I grabbed this one. It was this one.
Hey, that's exactly right. It was here under the stairs. It was the third one. You picked it up, and then after that, you had 3 of them. I'm glad these moments are so crystal clear in your memory, but I shouldn't be surprised. After all, science tells us that it's impossible to forget your third time doing anything.
Oh, that's a load of bullshit right there. That's a load of bullshit if I ever heard one. It's the
Let's see,
Stanley Parable.
what came
Everything's a load
next?
of bullshit.
Oh yes, we found a Figley in this pink room. Oh well, I can't actually say I remember being in this room, but it's here in the memory zone, so it must have happened.
Yeah, you see, the thing is, it didn't happen, so I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't remember a pink room with a... Is that an apple? Nobody remembers their third time having sex. What about their third time buying cryptocurrencies? Nobody remembers that. Off we go. Very peaceful pink room. I like the pink room. Oh, I know where we are.
This was the 5th mini stand, and this one was really something special. It was in the warehouse. I remember
Dude,
it so clearly.
I remember it like
In
it was
fact, because this
30
one
minutes
is
ago.
particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate
Oh.
the occasion. Enjoy.
Dude, holy shit. Can we get a thumbnail image? Oh my god. Yeah! You found it near the cargo lift. Thanks for watching, man. Make sure to like and subscribe, spelled L-I-E-K, and subscribe. Stanley, the narrator. See?
Takes you back, doesn't it? I spent a lot of time making
Really
that video,
does.
but it was 8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything else.
8 whole minutes. Dude, editing is getting timely lately. 8 minutes. Ah, man.
And then, Stanley, then we came to the last collectible, the final figurine, right here by the red and blue doors. This memory is the most distinct and clear in my mind, perhaps because it was the one that happened more recently than all the others.
Yeah, the one that happened like...
Who can truly say
what,
how
5
the mind
minutes ago?
works? All
Not
I know
even?
is that this is the moment where you picked up a Figley and I thought to myself, yes, that's all of them. They're all collected. It was a moment unlike any other.
I'm gonna rip this door off its hinges.
Which it was exactly like.
Oh. Hey, would you look at that? Choices don't matter. Weepy! Alright, you are in the
And then there was no more. Because we've caught up to the present moment.
Okay, that's kind of creepy. Oh my god, it's the fern. Dude, it's the fern.
Goodbye, memory zone.
Goodbye, memory zone.
No, I'm not done. I'm not ready to move on. Stop the loading screen. Isn't there some way we can stay here, keep enjoying these figurines?
You made the loading screen go back.
Go backwards. We'll do the memory zone again from the opposite direction. See how that feels.
Dude, he's addicted. He's addicted to the feeling.
Okay, yes. The room with the red and blue doors.
Can I speedrun this shit?
I must say, of all the figurines we looked at in our initial tour of the memory zone, this one is the most distinct and clear in my mind.
It truly is. It truly is the most distinct and clear.
And here's where I made that video. Don't you remember the video?
I can't kill myself.
Yes.
Oh fuck! Why the pink room? What pink room? What pink room?
Still don't remember the pink room, Stanley. Still no memory of this one.
It's not a core memory,
but a solid room.
Yeah, this one was the boss's shitter. Why wasn't this one like? Why wasn't this one different or something?
What a treat to hunt down. You know, if there had been any kind of reward for finding all of these, it really would have muted the intrinsic joy of collecting them.
Oh, it really would have, man.
I'm very glad we resisted the temptation. Next one.
I hate when my video games have rewards for doing hard work. Grr. I can't even go this way. Oh my god, that's a load of bullshit. That's a load of shit. Bathroom Joe.
This was our second Figley. Don't you remember? Yes, I remember it too.
I do.
The past is truly a wonderful thing. Why does anyone ever choose to leave it?
What a classic.
Keep going.
Can I grab the first one again?
This is it. The very first one we found in the exhibit where I introduced you to the figurines. Oh, I want more memories, Stanley. I want to keep going. What else is there? What came before this?
Oh no, collect them all. Dude, is it really going all the way back? I'm back here again? Wait, are we dipping our toes into the creepiness of memories?
Look, it's the terrible new content that we were originally sold on. I remember hating it back then. But time does put a rosy filter on everything. In fact, I dare say I'm actually quite fond of it now. Look, oh yes, the two doors. Who could have forgotten that? A classic memory, this one.
Oh, it's a good one. It's a classic. I love it. Oh, and the office.
And before everything else, there was your office. Is there anything else? Was there something that came before your office? There's something I feel I can remember. I can remember. Yes, I'm remembering something now. I remember before this whole story got started. Back then I was different. I used to make big decisions. I was passionate. I was skeptical. I weighed each decision with profound thoughtfulness. And then somewhere along the way, I stopped making decisions. I became lazy. And I came up with a character named Stanley to do my thinking for me. He would make the decisions. He would decide which way to go. I would cheer him on as he collected figurines for no reason. Why did I invent Stanley? Was I lonely?
Is this the parable of the Stanley parable?
Perhaps I needed to imagine I had companionship. And Stanley really did make
song.
a wonderful companion, even if he was a fiction. But I suppose it's grown old. I want to think for myself again. I want to go back to how it used to be. Yes, I can be on my own again. I can do it.
Can you?
I'll be stronger this time. I'll take care of myself. I don't need Stanley anymore. Oh, but he truly was so much fun to play with. You know what? Since we're in the memory zone, how about one more good memory? Let's go back just once and give Stanley one more run of the office, and then I'll retire him for good. I did enjoy telling his story so very much. Okay, here we go. This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Am I about to beat the game? What? Is it we just went back to normal? We're back to being in the office.
All of his co-workers.
What is the phone ending? What is the computer ending? By the way,
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Do you ask for any? Do you know how to get that?
Memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
I know there's something with the computers. There's some ending or something with the computers. Because it's like awaiting input or whatever. So I'm going to actually look up. I4 Gore. Okay, I'm going to go Stanley Parable computer ending. Because I've experimented with them a couple times. I don't really know, like, I don't really know exactly what it means. Okay. Giving input to 5 computers throughout the course of the main storyline. This ending is in the HD remake and Ultra Deluxe. Hello, Mashroomies. What's up? Okay. You must approach the computers found at each location below and click once on them in this order, as well as restart the game between each input. Okay. 419 prior to two doors room. Okay. 419. So I have to restart the game between each one? Oh. On desk 423 prior to the two
All of his co-workers
doors
were gone.
room. Okay.
What could it mean?
I
Stanley
think
decided
I
to go to the meeting
accidentally.
room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Where is it? Okay. On the boss's secretary's desk outside the boss's office. Okay, we'll begin the game again. On desk 434. And then the last one is on stand. Oh. Why is the music different? On the boss's secretary's desk outside the boss's
When
office.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
All right, here we go.
he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
All right, let's see. Okay, in the game again. On desk 434.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Anyways. Okay. Welcome, Stanley, to heaven. Dude, I wasn't expecting this from pressing inputs on. My completionist brain just turned on. Oh, I missed one. Oh, I can totally turn these on way faster than I thought. buttons. Stanley's favorite. Everybody loves. Dude, everybody loves a good button. Is these resetting? They are! Those motherfuckers. What do I do now? Dude, who doesn't love a good button? Like, I literally have a button. I love a good button, man. Like, who does? What do I do? Is this it? Yeah, here's the test on how fast I can press my mouse. Go beyond. Go beyond plus ultra. What do I do? What is this? Do I just restart the game? Or what? God damn it, it's Stanley Parable. You can only exit this ending by resetting the game on your own. God damn it. I didn't even notice the voice were saying, push the buttons, push the buttons, push the buttons. That's what they were saying. I didn't even realize it. I was being fucking brainwashed and I didn't even know. So if I ever want to go back there, it's just there, I guess. All right, well.
Wait,
off I go.
Stanley thought to himself. Am I sure that the orders stopped coming in? How is that possible? They never stopped. Surely I was mistaken. No, the orders were still missing. For now.
Thanks game. I love total fake outs. Okay, now the next choice is we go to, what was that? Oh, the bucket. Okay, the next choice is probably we go and we get the ending where
when Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Isn't there something we can do in the mind control facility where we like shut it down
there was not a
for
single
real or
person
something
here
like that?
either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
And this just loops, doesn't it? This is just the, yeah. While we're here, we might as well test that out, I suppose. All right. Gotta go to the executive shitter. Love it. Smells fresh. Let's see. What's this? The beige pages.
Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some
thank
buttons.
God, I'm
oh, hey,
so
look, it's a new passageway.
glad.
Kill surprise.
I'm so glad that he's lost the plot as well, and he's just like, yep, let's just go, whatever, man. So glad. I don't know if I could deal with another call. You know, I have to wait an extra 20 seconds for him to stop talking. Oh my God, it was the longest 20 seconds of my life. Have you seen the elevator?
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door.
The one that doesn't go anywhere.
Mind control facility.
Yeah, that one's pretty good.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
Is he 437?
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
I think I'm trying to get all the endings, but there's a couple that I just don't know. You know what I mean?
Now,
437,
the monitors
correct?
jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen.
Is it that one?
And Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom
No, it's 436.
meant nothing.
I don't friggin' know. I don't remember which number Stanley is. You think I can keep track of that shit?
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions
oh my god, I can do the fucking
manipulated to accept it blindly?
Oh my god. So I got a little distracted. I was like, what am I doing right now?
He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life
Sorry. I'll stop. I'm sorry.
To the world?
This whole place. There's a thing right there.
Controls labeled with emotions.
247?
Happy or
Probably,
sad,
actually.
or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded.
Mind
from
control
this
status
very place.
offline. So
and
if I
as the
turn
cold
it
reality
on,
of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided
things
that
get a
this
bit
machinery
silly,
would
or is there
never
something
again
else I need to
exert its
do?
terrible power over another human life. For
5.
he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
I feel like I'm gonna regret this. Turning it on.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself.
I
Is
see.
that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave.
This is creepy.
If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent,
He's so creepy.
Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system.
No.
In the event that this machine is activated without proper
No.
DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex.
1, 2.
How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star.
Oh,
it's
fuck.
your story
What do I
now.
do?
Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means.
What do I do?
I barely know where to
5.
start.
Incorrect.
What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated.
What does that
All right,
mean?
I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone.
Where's the 4?
Other times,
4.
I let the office sink into the
4.
ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though,
Burn to
this version of events
crisp.
has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of
Fuck,
everything
oh my God.
and take back the control
Where's
wrested
4?
away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure
Is it
whatever
up
I
there?
come up with on the next
Oh my
go
god,
around
I don't even know if this will be
even
right.
better.
I don't even know if this will be correct.
My goodness,
But
only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not?
Oh my god.
These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter,
Did
Stanley?
I press all the... I don't
Is
know,
it that you have
man.
no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this
It
room
didn't
was
work.
capable of turning it off? I mean,
You have 3 attempts remaining.
running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These
I enable
numbered
backup
buttons.
power.
No, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button. Or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me.
Do I have
Why
to...
would you think that, Stanley? That this video
Green
game can be
2?
beaten? One soul?
What green 2?
Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment.
He's fucking
but here's a
crazy
spoiler
now.
for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death.
Oh,
You're
come
only
on,
still
man.
playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're
Come on,
powerless.
man. Really?
To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy.
Ah!
You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you
What?
can't. Take a look at the clock.
Oh,
Stanley.
come on,
That's
man.
30 seconds you have left to struggle.
What do I do?
30 seconds
Is there
until a
anything
big
I can
boom
do?
and then nothing. No
Goodbye,
ending.
employee.
Just you
Oh,
being
no.
blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same.
I'm gonna die.
All a part of the joke.
I got 10 seconds.
And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life.
My
from the
screen is
moment you
shaking
fade
too
in
much.
Until the moment I say, happily ever after.
Okay, well. Shit! Fuck! Well, I messed up. Jeez. Let's see. I want to actually find this. Let's see. Stanley Parable. I feel like I could go in and just flail blindly, but I don't know if I want to. Let's see. Mind control on ending. The countdown ending. I see. After you press the on in the mind control facility. Okay. Turn of events quickly. Blah 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 blah. Truth behind what happened to Stanley's coworker. He's erased them and freed Stanley. He also reveals that this is one of the many variations of the story he has done in the past, such as setting the building on fire or letting the office sink into the ground. Yep. With the bucket. Oh yeah, that's the silly birds. Okay. Doing this ending second time will make the narrator say something different before the last 30 seconds. By trying to cheat, you can go to the catwalk above and see an error computer with the background doors. Several players have unearthed the map to figure out what the buttons are and what they do. They have no entities tied to them that would stop the countdown. In other words, despite player folklore, the countdown cannot be stopped in any way, shape, or form unless through heavy map editing. After a while, the monitors end up saying goodbye, employee 427. Obviously, meaning Stanley has a few seconds left. Jeez. So there's nothing else to that ending. It's just that's it. Can't stop it. Oh man, what a whack ass ending. What do I do now?
I can't wait to tell this story to my co-workers, Stanley thought. How amusing they'll find it. Oh, won't we all just laugh and laugh at the time I thought everyone had gone missing.
What do I do? What is there left
Stanley
to do?
came to a set of 2 open doors.
I mean, I'll just go to
and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
I'm gonna
Perhaps
go
he wanted to
see
stop
my
by
wife.
the employee
I'm gonna go
lounge
see my
first,
my
just to admire
husband.
it.
Maybe Stanley's gay.
The
You thought about
lounge
that?
was grand, majestic. Perhaps
Wife.
eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Okay. Oh. We out of here, man.
Stanley was so
Let me
bad
out of here,
at
man.
following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
All right, here we go. What does it say? Do not jump from the cargo lift while it is in motion. Will cause death. Stanley Parable,
Look, Stanley, I think
mocap
perhaps we've
sex
gotten
scene.
off on the wrong foot here.
Spicy.
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your
boy.
trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me.
I'm
This is it,
asking for
Stanley.
her.
Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life.
Her?
She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
I can't. Hello? Hello, dear. Love. Sweetheart.
hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven.
Bread?
All right.
Homie.
Okay, there we go.
Where's your flowers,
All right,
Stanley?
now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your
Oh man,
Gotcha.
that's
Oh,
just
come
mean.
on.
Sorry, my camera's being
Did you
weird.
actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Why's my camera being weird? Sorry, there you go. That's better. It's not better. Whatever, it's fine. Anyways. Nice tits.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Good morning, employee 427. Press T on your keyboard.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands
Am I
nothing
just
of him.
Stanley now?
And every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Please press N.
Look at him
I don't
there,
really want to
pushing
press
buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Please press T.
But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he
This is
returned
kinda
to work
depressing, I'm
was
not
a
gonna lie.
reminder that none of it
I
would
don't know,
ever
just
happen
give me
to
the
him.
gives me the heebie-jeebies.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Please press Q to spend time with the boys.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely
These weren't
even
here.
mattered what
Was the
lay
clock
behind
there?
each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Please press Q to prepare dinner.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path
I don't
lay
like
an
this.
enormous round room with
freaking me out,
monitors
man.
and mind controls.
I'm
And down
nervous.
another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down
TM.
another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Please press K to tell your kids a story.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over,
What
wishing beyond
changed?
hope that
The
it
lights?
would never end, that he might always feel this
The
free.
ceiling?
Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Press G to tell your wife you love her.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be?
My
In
wife.
reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets. The more he forgets which life is the real one.
Isn't the Stanley Parable supposed to be a commentary on gaming as a whole? Please press I to go to sleep, because you
And
know
I'm trying to tell him this.
Stanley,
that in this
us,
world, he can
being
never
told
be
to
anything
press
but an
buttons
observer.
on a keyboard
That as long
when
as he
the
remains
monitor
here,
tells us
he's
to.
slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it. You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains
My
here,
wife.
he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Ride wife. Life good. Wife fight back. Kill
I
wife.
suppose I can't. Not in the way I
Wife
want
won.
him to. But I don't make the rules.
Regret.
I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button.
Please
And
die.
I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
I don't think I like that ending. It was a little sad. Well, now what? Do I take the bucket some more places? Because I could take the bucket some more places. Xenoblade 3 be like, yeah, for real.
How wonderful. Stanley was alone.
Finally.
This is great, he thought to himself. This is what I've wanted all along. I got what I wanted.
I take the bucket. Where could I take the bucket to? I could take the bucket to... I took the bucket up to the ending where you meet your wife. And that was something. Yeah, there was an equivalent of it where he was just like, Stanley falls in love with the bucket. Where else could I take the bucket? I could listen to him go through the motions. No, I've taken him to the mind control facility. Where else could I take the bucket? What else is there to do? Don't tell me we've done everything. But like, what else is there to do?
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors. He entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first,
we can
just
do?
to admire it.
Cause like
And here it was.
I don't know.
The lounge. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I feel like I need to take the bucket more places because I feel like the bucket would actually.
Through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track. But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now, in order to get back, he needed to go, from here.
Yeah, we've gotten this ending, so I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna take the bucket here, because I don't know what else to do.
Already, this was uncomfortable, and Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in, Stanley picked up the bucket and smiled. He'd never be alone again, not truly alone.
I love the bucket,
man.
man.
Bucket around. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way.
Maybe I need to go look at now that we're here. Maybe I need to go look at a list of endings.
Telling him that the employee lounge was simply the
because I would like to get all the endings. I would like to see everything. And as much as I would like to see it naturally,
the bucket was wrong.
I don't really know what
Stanley
to
took
do
the door
from
on his
here.
left to go back, and so the 2 of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
They just steal my fucking bucket.
Good, Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually.
Oh.
You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much. It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before.
Fuck the bucket.
Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line? We could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes,
oh
yes,
my God, a
that's
moving
what
vehicle.
The fans want. Let's do it.
My wife, my child. Anyways, Fern. Oh my God, it's the fucking Fern.
Whee!
Where are we going?
We look at that wacky line. Who knows where
Engine
it'll go
import.
off to next?
Raw
oh,
assets.
I played some silly music as well.
Yeah! Oh my God!
Now this is
man.
what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue?
Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Yes, it's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
Don't say it. Don't you dare say it. This is my bucket.
Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket. That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer.
No.
I think it'll make a wonderful
No,
new
no, no,
addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree?
No.
Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you.
It creates buckets, doesn't it?
Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready. Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows. That is its singular personality trait. Sure, I can hear
Wow, what
you
a
saying,
fleshed
how
out
does a
character.
character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you
'Cause they
see,
all
if you were
have
to
one
really
personality
explore the
trait.
Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits.
I love
What
how he's
other
yelling.
object in this game can you
He's
even
just
say that
progressively
about?
getting
The
louder.
broom closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the
I don't
Bucket
like this.
Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to
want my
hurry and
bucket?
feed it. We can't get back to the classic Stanley
No.
Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now, the fans are waiting. Do it, the fans,
Fuck the
Stanley. Give the
fans.
fans
Look
what
at-
they
I'm
want.
keeping
Hurry
my
and
bucket. It's my bucket.
The Bucket Destroyer, my prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spellbinding stories about you. All of it squandered now.
Dead.
Goodbye, new friend.
I now pronounce
For
the
moment
Bucket
in
Destroyer
time that you were here,
dead.
you were magnificent.
Dead. Truly and utterly dead. Just just saying. It's dead and I killed it. So I'll take the credit. Thanks. Now I'm back at the start. Oh, somebody's not happy. What's
Just a step through this door, Stanley thought to himself.
No, somebody's
That's all
not
I
happy.
need. If I can make it through this
what's up
door,
with all the
I
paper?
can make it through them all. The good old bucket. Just Stanley and the bucket. Off on
Okay, so
another
now if I go
thrilling
back
adventure
there
together.
and I destroy
Stanley
the
clutched
bucket,
the
what will
tightly
happen?
to his- This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here
Yeah,
it
that's,
was.
you know,
Had the bucket turned out to be
kinda
correct?
what they
Was
say.
this better than... No.
No.
Never mind.
Well, the bucket was wrong.
Stanley took the door on his left to go, and so the
So is
two
that
of them
how I get all the
detoured through
endings? I just
maintenance section
take the
and walked
bucket
straight
everywhere?
ahead to the opposite door.
Like, is that what I should be doing? Is just take the bucket everywhere I can take it? I haven't, you know what? I haven't taken the bucket
Good
to the
Stanley. I'm
loop
glad
where
you
Stanley goes
found your
crazy and he
way.
dies.
I knew you'd find this place eventually. You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together
Alright, we
here
got the
because
meta.
we
We know what to
care
do.
about you very
We have a
much.
goal.
It's
We have
this
something
bucket
that we
you're
need to
carrying
do,
around
and we're
everywhere.
going to do
The
it.
bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that
Bro,
matter,
sequel
Stanley.
content is
Classic
cringe.
characters from the first
The
game,
fern?
like the Adventure Line
Dude,
and the Broom
look how it
Closet.
sits on the couch.
Because that's
That is
what
seamless.
fans want from a
The
sequel.
baby?
They want more of their
It's not in the
favorite
fire.
jokes, not this bucket that they've
broom
never
closet.
seen before. Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the
Come on,
Adventure
let me go.
Line?
Come on,
we
let
can
me
make
go.
the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the fans want. Whee! Look at that witty line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well. Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue?
Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Yes, it's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up. Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket. That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character.
Let me in. Let me get rid of the bucket.
This is the Bucket Destroyer.
Hungry?
I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree?
All right. I'll fold this time.
Surely
I'll give you my
need
bucket.
To spell it out for you.
All right. I'll give you the bucket.
Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready.
Goodbye, bucket. What?
Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows.
What a waste of time.
That is its singular personality trait. Sure, I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you see, if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The broom closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this.
Dude,
okay, the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now. You have to hurry and feed it. We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now, the fans are waiting. Do it for the fans, Stanley. Give the fans what they want. Hurry!
No, I won't give the fans what they want. Fuck you. All right, well, we know I can't. Okay, well, good to know. I can't trash the bucket.
The meeting room.
Kind of sucks, but it is what it is.
Stanley just needed to get to the meeting room, and from then on, he would never be alone. Where are we going today? The bucket asked. Stanley just smiled. Anywhere they went together,
he just smiled.
Stanley
all right, so if I go in this loop,
to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Sorry about my hair, by the way. I know it looks like shit. It's fuzzy and it's shitty, and I can't get it right. So.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
Truly, though, what else is there to do? Are we?
Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then, something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am
talking to a bucket after all.
He looked down at the bucket in his arms. Am I crazy? He asked the bucket.
There we go.
The bucket returned
Difference.
His gaze,
oh my God.
said nothing at
it's
all.
Different, guys.
And that's strange, Stanley thought. Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for me in difficult times such as these. He held the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar reassurance and comfort.
It's because you're questioning.
And that's when Stanley realized.
When you question
this isn't my bucket.
The reality.
It's just a normal, everyday bucket. Someone else's bucket, perhaps. How did I end up with someone else's bucket? This is all terribly wrong. Surely no good would come from this. Who knows what sorts of bizarre hallucinations Stanley might experience without the psychologically grounding presence of his bucket. And indeed, now he noticed that the rooms were repeating, which was, of course, very odd.
I don't remember this music.
Now he felt himself floating off the ground. Oh, gracious, he exclaimed. Without my bucket, I've gone truly mad. Where is it? I must find it. Far off in the distance now, he heard it, calling to him. Stanley! Stanley, it's me, the bucket.
Where?
could it truly be?
Oh.
He rushed forward from room to room, passing
You're not
by
my
one
bucket.
bucket after the next. None of them were his. None of
Where?
them were his special bucket.
Come to me, Stanley.
Where are you?
Find me.
Tell
He
me.
had to find the bucket. He had to
Which
return to
one?
his old friend.
Which one are
it was
you?
the only way to truly restore his sanity. And then
None of them are
suddenly,
real.
he froze dead in his tracks. He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from. The real bucket was inside of him all along. It was incredibly painful. Stanley doubled over in agony and blacked out.
Dead.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other.
Let me guess, it's a
She
crazy
rose,
man, except this
dressed,
time he's
picked up
wielding
her
a bucket.
of comfort and security and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted
Lord.
by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. Right away, she knew what the problem was. This man had no bucket. Of course, he'd
No
gone mad,
sanity
ranting
grounding
and raving
bucket.
about a narrator describing all of his actions and how everything is predetermined
You gotta keep
and
your
free
bucket,
will
man.
is an illusion and it's all just a video game. It could all have been prevented if only he'd taken his bucket with him. Perhaps he
Make sure to
didn't
keep your
even
bucket.
realize
Make sure to
he'd
remember your
forgotten
buckets,
his bucket
guys.
at home in the first place.
Bucket a day keeps the
How
sanity
cruel
away.
the world can be, Mariella thought, and she hugged her own bucket even tighter. But of course, she had no time for this. There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total clarity on everything. Heck yes, she thought to herself, my life kicks ass.
Heck
and
yes.
she backflipped all the way to work.
Well, that was interesting. Now, what else is there to do?
I can't wait to tell this story to my co-workers, Stanley thought.
I
How
okay,
amusing
I
they'll
know
find it.
I know
Oh,
somewhere I
won't we
could
all
take a
just
bucket.
love a good bucket, a strong bucket, a humble bucket, a committed bucket. Stanley clung the bucket to his cheek. Could his co-workers really all be gone?
Come on, come on. There we go. There we go.
Yes, whispered the bucket into Stanley's ear.
We've done it. We've escaped from that dull office and that pesky narrator. At last, out here in the white void, we are alone. Now, and for the first
Finally.
time, I can reveal to you my true self.
No way.
The bucket began to tell Stanley of its life and its history, of the countless wars it witnessed, desecrating the land and lives of untold numbers of innocent humans, and the bucket's own complicity therein, of sadness and regret, and the many years it spent dwelling on the actions it might have taken to curb the madness and the decay, if only it had been stronger, of hope and redemption, and its crusade to uplift the stock of life for the common man, to manifest justice where none existed, and the bittersweet reality of time, to see one's dreams and wishes met halfway, meted out in parcels like charity, and abandoned as soon as the warm glow of inspiration begins to dim. The opportunities to do so much more. There was so much it could have done, perhaps, the bucket wondered to itself. Perhaps if it had seen its own darkness with a clearer perception. This was way too much for Stanley.
What are you talking about?
He screamed.
You're a bucket.
To this, the bucket furrowed its brow.
No,
Said the bucket.
not since
You're
the
a bucket.
evil wizard Gambhorata first ensnared me in his machinations as payback for the sacred amulet I stole from his treasured vaults. I was young back then and could not conceive the ramifications of... No!
Stanley screamed even louder this time.
This is stupid! You are a bucket! This is so stupid! Why are we even doing this?
As Stanley screamed and screamed and screamed, the bucket revealed its true form, transforming into a mighty beast of untold power, its fangs glistening like... My God, Stanley, you did it. You saved us from the bucket. Thank God you already had all 12 emblems of sages and knew the incantations to summon their true power. Otherwise, we would have easily been overwhelmed by the
good
bucket's power.
Lord.
I'm speechless.
You've demonstrated such bravery here today. Come, let's restart the game, and we'll agree to never again go trifling with this bucket, nor the dark magic cast away inside of it.
I guess I can agree to that. The bucket is kind of overrated, but like, you know, it's just a bucket. It's just a bucket. Just a bucket, man.
All of his co-workers were gone.
What could it mean?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Hold on now. Let me think. Where can I take the bucket? Where could I take the bucket? Where can I take the bucket? Where can I take the bucket? You know, I don't think I've ever taken the bucket to the ending where everything gets all fucked up. Actually, I did. Did I? I believe I took the bucket up there, but what did I do? I picked up the phone, didn't I? Could I even unplug the phone? Wait.
The embrace of an old friend.
Because sorry, I'm obviously you don't know what I'm fucking thinking, but like, oh, this is different. Why does it do that?
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest.
Nope.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket
I gotta see the
calling
lounge,
to him,
man.
telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Oh man.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was it no? Never mind.
Should I?
The bucket was wrong.
Should I look up a list
Stanley
of
took the
endings?
door on his left
I feel like if I
to go
looked up a
back
list
to
of
the
endings, I
meeting
could find
No,
something.
said the bucket.
Something.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes, good,
said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the
I
way
could
to
also
the
take
top.
the bucket down
There's something
there.
up there I need you to do.
But
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious
they
fact.
really can't.
He was
but,
firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket
maybe they
asked.
can. All right. Anyways, so
In here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again.
because yes, this
obeyed
is where you would
blindly.
pick up the phone. But here's the question: can I?
Now pick up the
Whoa, hold on. Why did you unplug the phone? Were you trying to resist the bucket's orders? Stanley, I was joking. Obviously, the bucket isn't talking to you and telling you to do things. Buckets can't talk. It was a joke. Don't you get the joke? It's funny, Stanley. A talking bucket. Can't you see? Oh, goodness. I must have really bungled up the delivery if you actually took me seriously. Where did I mess up the joke? Should I have paused for longer or spoken quicker?
I don't know, man.
Comedic timing is so difficult. I wish I were better at it. But there
too.
isn't
Me
exactly
too.
an
I'm fucking
instructional
terrible at
video
comedic
on
timing.
comedy that one can watch to fully... Oh, wait, yes, there is. It's sitting right here. Let's take a look.
Where's my notebook? I need this. Hold on.
What is comedic timing? What is comedic timing? How does it work? How long should it last? How can it be used to effectively silence your political enemies? And more importantly, can it be taught in its entirety within 90 seconds? Thankfully,
Yeah.
the answer to all of these questions is yes.
Yeah.
Let's dive deeper. If you've ever told a joke or made someone laugh, in all likelihood, you did it while standing 50 to 80 centimeters from them in a room of no more than 76 degrees Fahrenheit, with one of your arms raised straight upward at a 15-degree
that seems a little
angle
sus.
from your body. These
Don't
are the
bring it down a little
optimal
more.
conditions for good comedic timing. To begin the joke, start by stating and spelling your name. Next, provide a brief
put my
synopsis
notebook
of
away.
the joke, including the specific times at which the recipient of the joke will laugh, and then spell out your name a second time.
B-L-A-K-E.
With these
B-L-A-K-E.
steps complete, it's time to begin the humor.
I love the humor.
Speak the entire joke in no more than 18 seconds and no less than 13 and a half, pausing only for bathroom breaks when necessary. When the joke has concluded, it is customary to inform your listener that the joke is over by declaring in your loudest possible voice,
The joke is over.
I'm Dunny with the funny. Let's practice screaming, I'm Dunny with the funny now.
I'm Dunny with the funny. I'm Dunny with the funny.
Good.
I could go louder.
This
but...
saying is a perfect example of expectations management, which is the cornerstone of good comedy. Finally,
This
it's
feels like
time
an
to
internet
hand out
historian
surveys.
video. This feels like an internet
Collecting
historian
hard
video.
data from your audience on how
I'm
rep
Dunny
they
with
were
the
throughout
funny.
the joke is the only way to grow or learn as a comedian.
Good lord.
An effective survey should be no less than 10 pages long and should include the same question reprinted several times, just to ensure the survey taker is actually paying attention and not simply filling in answers at random. And that's all there is. With these strategies at your disposal,
Dude,
you'll have audiences doubled over in laughter and even tripled over in laughter in no time at all. Just remember to let them stop laughing at some point, you gut-busting little scamp. After all, we're each of us needed on the front lines of the war to fight the 12-legged invader who threaten our very existence, and to very likely die in a hailstorm of bullets and mandibles. All of us must be prepared to give our lives to this noble cause, just as our children must do after us, and their children after them. Godspeed, and may Earth reign supreme.
Hey, goodness, this video is a little outdated.
I got a little,
Well, no matter. I think the fundamentals of proper comedic timing are still as relevant today as
got
they
a little
were
political?
back then. So with that in mind, I believe the only way forward is for us to return to the two doors and walk through all of this again, so I can try telling my story with more appropriate
That's a good
comedic
idea.
delivery. Come along, let's head back.
All right. I mean, I thought you could teleport me around, but you know, walking was just as good. It is just as good. I'll give credit when credit is due. It is
I can
just as good.
This time, I'm really going to nail the delivery. You'll be in stitches. A talking bucket, you'll say? How ridiculous. How absurd. What a hilarious concept.
That's a good one.
The king of comedy. That's what you'll call me. Thank goodness we had the instructional video. Otherwise, who knows where we'd be right now. Well, I wouldn't be the king of comedy, that's for sure. The bucket spoke to Stanley.
The bucket spoke.
The bucket spoke.
The
I'll figure it
bucket
out on the
spoke.
fly. No need to overthink
The bucket
things.
spoke. Stanley. Crank 90s, Stanley. Oh, I've never actually came into this room from the first end before. That was weird. Weird.
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Okay, well, the game broke. All right.
What? We're back at the phone already? No. What's going on? There was supposed to be several rooms leading up to this.
Game's a little
There was
broken.
supposed
Game's
to
a
be
little busted, but
build-up to this point.
that's all right.
A
That's fine.
dramatic
I'm fine with
display
that.
of
I'm okay with that.
remarkable comedic wit, which culminates in this scene with the phone. But now the timing's completely off. The joke will never land. Well, not the way it was meant to. And it's all my fault. I must have forgotten that the phone room comes immediately after the two doors room. What an egregious mistake.
Imagine
I've
gaslighting
made a fool
yourself.
of myself. I don't deserve the title of King of Comedy. I'm nothing. I'm not
Oh my
even
God.
the lowliest.
You had the title of
joke-telling
King
well-
of Comedy?
I think
You know what?
I need to go.
I agree,
back and
actually.
rewatch that instructional video again. Yes, surely that will help me improve my. Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left. What? We're back at the phone already? No.
Uh-oh.
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two
Uh-oh.
open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Something, Wait, what happens if I go... I don't want to fuck it up, though. I feel like we can't fuck it up at this point.
What? We're back at the phone already? No. Here we go.
Okay, that
You
seems
ready?
strangely
When Stanley and the
consistent.
bucket came to a set of two open doors,
I'm gonna go through this
they
one.
entered the door on the left. No. You were supposed to go through the door on the right, leading back to the phone. Did you not even look at the instructional video? I think this is all covered very clearly. There's no way I can make the comedic timing work now. It's done. The joke is completely done and over. It's all your fault, Stanley. I'm going to be ridiculed in the community of other joke writers. I'm going to be shamed at every one of our meetings from now on. All
Poor
because
guy.
you couldn't watch a simple video and take a hint. Are you proud of yourself for bringing me down, Stanley? Are you proud?
Oh.
Stanley, you love the bucket so much it's like you... it's as though all of your other most prized possessions pale in comparison.
Ah!
Yes. Well, let me try that again, Stanley. I heard that you are pale with shame over how unabashedly in love with a bucket you are. No? Still not? Is it the delivery? Pale with shame. Pale with shame.
Is this the ending?
Pale... What's another word to describe
I swear to
a
God,
bucket?
if this is like the ending
Stanley,
ending.
this bucket
What
is
else
so
did we what else would I do?
dreadful. I think I
There's no
saw
other
it playing
decisions to make.
guitar. No. We're getting away from making fun of
Blake
Stanley's
Robinson.
obsession
Fuck
with the
yeah.
bucket, which was the whole
Fuck
point
yeah.
of this. I'm no good at
I want to look up a
jokes.
list.
I need more instruction.
Sorry, Leroy.
That's exactly what it is. That's what will make me
What the fuck did Leroy do?
again. More
Alright, let's see.
instructional video.
Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe all endings. Okay. We're back in the office. So, the new content ending, the sequel ending, the infinite hole ending. Okay, we did that. Bucket Freedom ending, Silly Bird ending, 3 ending, Bucket Museum ending, Bucket Morelia Madness ending. Okay, I did that one. Skate Pod ending. We definitely didn't do that. Bucket Room Closet Easter egg non-ending. Intervention ending. Tape recorder ending. Yep. Touching Cold Feet Fall Death ending. Imaginary Friend phone call ending. Okay, I did that one. Comedic Timing phone unplugged ending. Just got that. Is this a bucket ending? Yes, I got that one as well. Defeating the bucket ending. The collectibles ending. The epilogue ending. Available before the 2 doors. What is the epilogue ending? Even after unlocking the ultra select content, you know to complete 2 events. First one is done by setting unique time. The second time you turn on the game, the second is done by selecting your favorite time anytime. Various sliders until the person tells you that they will meet again sometime. The other event you need to trigger is called the collectibles ending by finding all. I might actually be able to do this. Once you have collected both events, you should see an epilogue option in the main menu apart from starting the game normally. I don't see an epilogue.
This is the...
Okay. Hold on. 3 different conversations. Well, I did all those. Is it because I... In the game again, settings. What else is there to do? I am at the 2-hour mark, so I do have to go.
What could it mean?
But like...
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Alright, well, before we get started on another ending, that's gonna have to be it for today's episode of the Stanley Parable. What a goofy ass little game. What a goofy ass little game. I'm hoping to get all the endings. I've gotten most of them. Like I don't know what they mean by explore the wasteland, explore the ruins. Okay, yeah, those seem different. Ooh. Okay, I can't spoil myself on these. Okay, but anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed you know, this episode of the Stanley Parable. I plan for probably one more. Oops, I can't show that. Probably one more episode of the Stanley Parable, and then we'll start something new. But I'm pretty sure that we can finish this in one more episode. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the Stanley Parable, and thanks for watching. I hope it was somewhat entertaining or stupid or whatever you want, whatever you want. Anyways, so I'm gonna peace out. I hope you guys enjoyed. Ciao.